So, do you serve Emma then? Rather, does that mean she's a witch?
She's still a novice, but she is a witch, yes.
Whew. Made it without a second to spare. Good to see you're still in one piece.
I'm so glad we hurried. I don't want to even imagine what could have happened if we weren't in time. You aren't hurt, are you?
Elise?
Oh, I'm so happy that you're awake. You don't know how scared I was. There was all that chaos in the capital, and then we lost all contact with you. We had no idea where you were.
Dad! Mom!
Hello, Reen. It's wonderful to see you back home.
I imagine you have plenty of questions running through your mind. First and foremost is getting you something to eat. We can discuss.
Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel 2. I just figured out that last episode I was muted, so that's great. Anyway, that is also when I had figured out that well, no, that's when I was getting the opening back, but I was trying to say that in the last episode, I was trying to say that, hey, you know, me and Winston, yeah, that picture is when Reen was, like, injured trying to protect Elise. Like, I know that picture. Why would they have that picture here? And that's like the family photo, but without Reen and Elise in it. So, anyway, I was trying to say that me and Winston, God Year 3 stuff is gonna have to slow down because how traversing the past is. And I was also saying, like, when they're talking about Emma being a witch and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I get that already. It was pretty easy to figure out. And, what else was I trying to say? I was saying that first guy we fought was like a nice introduction back into Trails of Cold Steel with Nightmare difficulty. And I was saying how I kind of like how you can see some nice new animations in some things. Same pictures up here. Very interesting place. He just stands right here and does his wave the sword. And I guess one thing to skip the opening, like I accidentally did, and I said, oops, sorry, I accidentally skipped that, is like, it kind of saves some spoiler stuff. Even Elise has the same damn picture. It saves some spoilery things that could be shown, like enemies who were there, or maybe characters who return, because, like, what if someone died and you don't know? Anyway, I'm a bit peeved that the mic was muted, but hey, at least I found out in, like, the first, second episode. Jeez, freaking the old man just has some guns laying around. Anyway, hello, Father. All the Empire's major cities are... all the Empire's major cities are under the control of the Noble Alliance now. They've been so focused on those that they haven't had the time to deal with frontier regions like ours. Thankfully, this means that Ymir hasn't felt the full impact of the Civil War. It does seem that way. I was relieved to see how little's changed. A nice snowfall's the only real difference compared to my last visit. By the way, I see you chose not to join the Noble Alliance. Is everything alright on that front? Well, I've never wanted anything to do with the Noble faction to begin with. There's always the chance that they'll try and invite me to join, but I'm confident I can talk my way out of it. I'm a little concerned that I can't get in touch with Viscount RZ, however. You can't? Did something happen over in Wagram? Or maybe even the Courageous? I'm afraid I couldn't tell you, but it's Viscount RZ we're talking about. He'll be fine. Regardless, I'm just trying to make sure that we're well prepared for anything. especially since our duties have expanded to sheltering Her Highness. That's true. The Alliance already has His Majesty and the Crown Prince, so it's safe to assume they want Princess Alphen as well. Dad, let me know if there's anything I can do to make your job easier. I'm more than happy to help. Of course, I'm sure I'll be counting on you in the days to come. Still, start with trying not to rush things. You shouldn't have to jump to thinking you need to shoulder more than your fair share of responsibility. There's only so much burden that one person can bear. Do you think I'm shouldering too much? Admittedly, those are Master Kafai's words and not mine, but they get across what I want to say well enough. And whether I think it or not, this is a good chance for you to get some well-earned rest. I want you to make the most of it, alright? Sure. Thanks, Dad. I was also trying to say, when my mic was muted, that freaking this is just Reen's casuals. Like, what the heck, man? Why even bring this back if you're just gonna have this? Damn. Anyway, let's go talk to Mom. Hello, Mother. I look more like you in 3. Wow, that smells delicious. Wait a sec, is that pheasant stew? Your very favorite. Your father said that he wanted you to have a nourishing dinner, so he went and caught one himself. Really? I'll be sure to thank him later. Speaking of food, you've got a lot going on here. It smells amazing. Well, the circumstances may not be ideal, but it's been too long since we last dined together as a family. And ever since Her Highness arrived, it's been so lively that I feel like I've gained a second daughter. Times like these are when a mother has to put her best foot forward, don't you think? You really are a perfect mother. Even in times like these, you're right here ready to warmly welcome us home with open arms. I can't see that ever changing. If only I were half as good as a son as you are a mom. Mom? Is something wrong? That's not true at all. When I had no idea what was going on with you or your sister, I worried myself sick. At times it felt as though my chest was going to burst from it all. But believing that you two would come back to me safely was the key to keeping myself together. With that in mind, I could focus instead on getting this house ready to welcome you both home. Mom. Whatever doubts you may have about your place in this family, as long as you're here in this house, you're our son. If you're ever feeling down or afraid, you can always find comfort in my arms. And then, once you've found the strength to keep going, you can pick things back up right where you left them. Thanks, Mom. I actually feel a lot better now. Well, look forward to dinner tonight. And make sure you work up a good appetite for it, alright? No worries there. Really, Reen looks a lot more like his mother and Elise in the third one, because his hair looks a bit more purple. Or, well, it's kind of purple. Anyway, let's head outside. Ymir. Real nice. It's nice to be back. Ooh, doggy. That's a big boy. Woof woof. I'm home. I'm just gonna call you buddy, because there's no way I'm saying that. Being welcomed back by you really makes me feel like I'm home again. You sleep outside, though? It's the Sorcerer family stable. Man. It really is beautiful. Really is nice to come back in the trails of Cold Steel. Huh, what was that? Hello, you two.
Oh, here you are, Elise. I wasn't expecting to find the two of you together.
Well, it's quite cold outside, so I thought I'd come and give Celine some warm milk. I keep telling her that she doesn't need to go out of her way for me, but she won't listen. The steam here is plenty to keep me warm. Oh no, that wouldn't do at all. You saved my brother's life. At least allow me to try and make your stay here in Ymir a comfortable one.
Celine saved my life? And when exactly did this happen?
I told her nothing of the sort. I keep trying to tell her it's not true, but she won't believe a word I say. Is something the matter?
I'm always amazed at how, so far in Falcom games, the whispering right in front of people, like, that person cannot hear it. Even though we are whispering this freaking as loud as it could freaking, we're whispering, as loud as, we can be. Anyway.
Nope, not a thing.
I'd really rather you didn't act like I saved his life, though. Besides, if anything, I should be the one who owes you. What do you mean? Nothing. Forget I said anything. The milk's cooled down a little now, so I'm going to have some. Thank you.
Thinking back on it, didn't Elise later say she spotted a cat when she went into the old schoolhouse?
Yeah. She did. It was pretty much Celine's fault that Elise almost died.
That better not have been who I think it is.
Don't give me that look. I wouldn't have let her in there if I didn't think it was safe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I was desperate. You just had such a half-hearted reaction to that door, so I started getting impatient and...
You're lucky I don't kick you into that steaming water.
I can't believe you! She could've...
She wasn't in any danger, honestly. The Guardian in there was designed not to attack people unrelated to the trial.
And yet she was unconscious on the floor.
He didn't touch her even when she was right in front of him, right? That's proof enough.
I'm sorry, what was the... I'm putting my sword up. I'm gonna slam it down.
I'm sorry, okay? I never should have done it to begin with. Emma's lectured me over and over about it, too.
Mm-hmm.
You're sorry? You...
I'm not sure why you're whispering to one another, but regardless, I want you to know how much I appreciate what you did. Like I said before, I want to make your stay a comfortable one. Whatever you need, please don't hesitate to ask. It's okay, really, and, sorry. Why are you sorry?
Well, she does genuinely seem to regret what she did. And Elise didn't come to any harm. I guess I'll let her off this time. I really do have one amazing little sister. Compared to her, I'm...
Reen's back up with all his doubting. Ah. Yes. I will get this filled. Oh, thank you. Because, so, in the first one, we didn't have that. It didn't say character notebook updated. You just had to look. So, like, you... Literally, I would have gotten it if I talked to everyone, which I'm going to do this now. I'm gonna talk to everyone, even the shops, everyone. I gotta do it. I can't be so lazy. Anyway, hello there, Alf. Hey there, Alf. Oh, Reen, you're awake. You doing okay? Like, are you sure you didn't get... You shouldn't be getting more rest? Don't worry, I'm feeling just fine. You look like you're working hard. Are you helping out at the shop today, too? Yep, it's the least I can do. Can't grow up to be a real man if I don't do my part once in a while. That's what Master Yoon told me anyway. And he's right. I'm gonna work as hard as I can so I can grow up to be a real man. Kiki always gives me this weird look when I say that to her, though. I see they haven't changed a bit. Goods and souvenirs. What you got on sale today? Hey, I'm glad you came over. You've been the talk of the town ever since you came back. I'm just sorry I had to come back under these circumstances. Sounds like everyone was pretty worried about me. How's the shop been? I can't imagine it's been all that easy running it with a war going on. You got that right. Getting goods in has been a real nightmare lately. God, no. I'm getting enough in it for everyone in the village, though, so don't you worry. You caught me right in the middle of taking stock, actually. If you got any shopping to do, can you come back later? Oh, of course. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. I appreciate that. Oh, hello there. You won't believe who's been coming in here lately. Well, maybe you will, but none other than the Princess Alphin herself. She's the sweetest little thing. The way she looks at you, her smile. I wish I could just hug her and squeeze her and never let her go. Well, they don't call her one of the country's greatest treasures for nothing, I guess. They certainly don't. Don't you worry. We'll keep her safe as she can be. Well, not worse. She really seems to be making herself at home here. That's good to know. I think I was also... I wonder if I was talking about the unspeakable outfit, how it totally will unlock the power within, because Reen already has his demon power. Okay, I said I'll talk to everyone, but it's kind of like people who aren't as important, like normal students. Well, that's if we go back to school and run into, like, students. Because that is taking over. Anyway, Reen, you're up! Hey, Luke. Sorry for worrying you. But as you can see, I'm perfectly fine now. Are you sure? You always say you're fine, even when you're not. I can go and ask Lisa for some medicine if you need it. Well, I guess I do feel a little dizzy. That's probably more from sleeping too much, though. I mean, I slept inside the Divine Night for a whole month and all. Talk about getting your beauty sleep. I've been hearing about that Divine Night since you came back, but it still blows my mind that it actually exists. Whatever. The point is, take it easy, okay? Luis isn't the only one happy to see you back home. Thanks. That means a lot to me. Yo, check out that view! Oh. Dude, you know what? Looking at this is like when I saw the mountains in Uncharted 2 for the first time. And when I lived in Utah, in Ogden. In North Ogden. I lived in an apartment complex area, and just... Oh, I had the best view from my room. I could see the mountain that basically is inspired, the one that inspired the Paramount, or basically is the Paramount. Literally, oh, God, that takes me back. And you know what? I bet it's kind of funny, because you look at Uncharted 2, and you look at this. Graphically, you know, they're different, of course, but it's still so good. You don't need the best graphics in the world to make something look beautiful. You really don't. You gotta appreciate this stuff. We need to go talk to Toval. I want to make sure that... Well, if I go that way... Yeah, going over there will be the last thing to do. What's this way? I don't think I can go this way. Probably gonna be stuck. Feels like it's been ages since I last used my snowboard out here. No reason to whip out my board and go down the mountain now, though. Snowboarding? Whip out the board. Oh, our man knows how to snowboard. Hello there, man. Oh my, if it isn't Reen, I didn't know you were up and about. You're not hurt or anything, are you? Come here, sweetie. Let me get a better look at you. I'm alright, honestly. Father Bernard already looked at me, and he said I'm fine. Oh, really? Well, I suppose if he says so. You and Luke always used to come home covered in bruises after playing out in the snow. Can't be too careful. Nothing dangerous has happened since you left, at least. I guess living in a remote mountain village has its advantages. Then again, there's no shortage of surprises. First Her Highness comes to stay, and now we have that talking cat. Sometimes it feels like the war has nothing to do with us, but with everything that's happened, and you getting involved, it suddenly feels a lot more personal. Maybe you're right. Although I can't help but feel that things would have been more peaceful if I hadn't come back. Ah, Master Reen. I'm overjoyed to see that you are well. You don't have any lingering symptoms, do you? Headaches? Vivas? I'm fine, honestly. If anything, I feel like I want to be out and about after sleeping for so long. Is that so? I'm pleased to hear that. Still, you make sure you're eating well enough to regain your strength. Luckily, the fall harvest has been excellent this year. I'll be sure to deliver plenty of the mountain's blessings to the mansion for you to enjoy. Thank you. I can't wait. Still, just walk into people's houses, you know, even though we are the ward's son here. Kinda weird. Hey there, kiddo.
I'm cleaning up the plates. Grandpa asked me to.
Morning, Kiki. Everything still the same here in the tavern?
Yep, sure is.
Mortiz tried to give up drinking. He didn't even last a week. He's a failure of a man. Whoa, jeez. I'm glad to see she's doing well, but her tongue's sure gotten sharper, and it was sharp enough before. You Mortiz? Oh, hey there, if it ain't Reen. Glad to have you back home. Y'all better now? Yeah, I'm fine now. I must have been exhausted. I take it everything's fine with you too? I see your habit of spending the day drinking is still intact at least. Wahaha! I'm just having a few drinks to celebrate your return home, that's all. Besides, not a whole lot of work for a woodcutter like me to do in the middle of the winter. I'm always here if you need me to make you anything, though. Might not be as good as the carpenter as Gizmo, but I'm close. Thanks. I'll let you know if I ever need anything. Glad you're finally up, Reen. Good to see you. Between going missing for a month and ending up in the Alliance's wanted list, you had us worried, young man. I'm sorry about that. I feel awful. Nah, don't be. We're just as glad, alright? Or we're glad that you're alright. Here, take a couple of these from me. You can enjoy them with Elise later. Oh. Thank you. It feels like it's been forever since I last had the chance to enjoy your cooking. It may not look the type, but I'm always amazed by how well he makes this stuff. I remember when he used to give Elise and me sweet things all the time after he came home from Sunday school. Good times.
If you've come to thank me for saving your butt again, save it. I'm just glad I made it in time. Princess Alphen and that sister of yours are the ones you should be talking to. You were on their minds this whole time.
Yeah, I can tell. I really do appreciate you coming for me, though. I was pretty far out from town, so I didn't think anyone would find me. Just goes to show what bracers can do, I guess.
About that. I wasn't actually the one who found you.
You weren't?
2 days ago, I got a call out of nowhere on my Arcus.
From who?
They gave me this crazy amount of detail on exactly where to find you. Then they just hung up. Didn't even say who they were.
Maybe Celine opened up my art? Well, actually, it was unknown, so it wouldn't be that Celine opened up my Arcus.
I figured it couldn't hurt to go take a look. And sure enough, there you were.
That's strange. I wonder who it was.
Wish I could tell you. I couldn't even recognize their voice.
Was it male or female?
Nah, that's not really true. It was kind of familiar. Maybe. Whatever. No use dwelling on it. Right now, we've got bigger problems to tackle than mystery callers. There's the war, for starters.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
God, remember when it was all just fun school time? Now we got a damn war.
Have you and the rest of the guild been doing much?
Well, we've been trying. We're pretty limited on what we can do. Partly because we've all been split up since the war broke out. I don't even know if any of the others in Erebonia are okay. Sarah included.
It sounds like things have gotten even more serious since I was away.
Sure has. Not even regular civilians have been able to escape being affected by it. As it stands, the Noble Alliance has the overwhelming advantage, but the Imperial Army's showing no signs of surrendering to them, particularly in a few regions across the country.
I see.
Oh, and another thing you might hear. We've been getting reports of a few Jaeger Corps taking part in the war too. Even members of Ouroboros.
Ouroboros. That secret society?
That's the one. Jaegers being employed here in Erebonia is nothing new, but there's way more of them here these days. As for Ouroboros, they're probably just trying to stir up trouble of their own. It's what they do best. Then there's the fact that Erebonia isn't the only place with problems right now. Crossbell's full of them too. There's so much to freak out about these days, it could drive you insane. Sorry, You've got enough on your plate without me dumping all this on you, huh? Try saving all those bad thoughts you got piling up for another day, okay? You need to focus on relaxing. You can decide what you want to do after that.
Sure. Thanks, Toval. You're probably right. You're just a fountain of good advice, huh?
I've just got a few years' worth of life experience on you, that's all. Oh, and while I'm giving you good advice, why not take a dip in the hot springs? Could be a nice way to clear your head.
It probably would. Hasn't let me down before. Maybe I should pay a visit to the Phoenix Wings later.
You know, like, you gotta wonder what's going on in Crossbell and Wibbell or Wibble? What the fuck is it? You know, place where Estelle and Joshua are. If they're still over there. Like, what's going on with them? Like, how are they doing? What's Lloyd up to? Because their stories are already done. Their games were done at this point because I think maybe Lloyd's last game was still going on or just ending by the beginning of Trails of Cold Steel 1. And I'm pretty sure that no other Trails of game was going on at this point. It's the Phoenix Wing storehouse. There are various kinds of equipment inside. Master Green, you're finally awakened. I'm so very relieved to see it. I was terribly worried about you. Thanks for your concern, Mr. Baggins. Although, I'd prefer it if you didn't call me Master Green all the time. Perhaps so, but you'll always be Master Green to me. A lot has happened here since the war began. But this inn was graciously granted to us by the Imperial family. We cannot allow anything to dampen our spirits. You know as well as anyone the value of these walls. Please do come by whenever you're in need of relaxation. Of course. Oh god, I need to look up the freaking quest thing. When we get into another thing of when we're, you know, talking to... When they do the talking and I'm not doing it, I need to pull up the quest thing on my phone so I can find them hidden quests and stuff. Anyway. Good day and welcome to the Wait, Reenie? Reenie? There's always someone giving a nickname. What are you doing up already? I was gonna come and look in on you. Get your butt back into bed. You'd think me being up would be something to be happy about. Well, it's nice to know how much you care in any case. Aw, come on. I mean, after all the training you did with Master Kafai, I figure it'd take more than that to kill you. And then you got to go and train in the academy in the city. Why couldn't I go too? I've never even had the chance to leave this village. Are you talking to me or at me? You're even younger than me. It's not fair. You could have at least brought me back a souvenir or 5 back. It's like I never left home. I see how we get into the springs there. Ah, oh there, my friend. Oh, it's you, Loreen. Your color's not looking half bad. If you were... Gonna try and make a Mario voice here. If you're I can't. If you're looking for anything worse, I was gonna have you drink some of the new vegetable juice I've been concocting. Why am I giving him... I'm giving him like 10,000 different voices. I'm perfectly fine without, thank you. How many new recipes have you made since I've been away? My creativity is infinite, Reen. I've always striven to make the finest dishes in the land. You're brushing up on your own cooking skills at the academy, weren't you? Yeah, my classmates and I were cooking for ourselves at one point. Wait a sec, where'd my recipe book go? Did you lose it? I guess so. I had all kinds of different recipes written down too. Well, you went out of your way to come and see me. I suppose this is the least I can do. Take this. Is this a new recipe book? It's a spare I had lying around. so go ahead and use it. I know how much it hurts to start from scratch again, so I threw in a recipe to try. Here are some ingredients too. This is what Elise often used to bring me while I was training. Are you sure it's okay for me to just take these? Absolutely. I'm happy to see that you came to understand the joys of cooking while you were at the academy. And besides, taking the time to enjoy cooking should help to lift your spirits somewhat. It's a simple recipe, so why not go and make it with your family? Thank you very much, then. Yeah, my recipe book. I know. I gotcha. Hello there. I'm relieved to see you're awake, Master Reen. Your name is just full on purple. Welcome to Phoenix Wings. You know what? Okay. In God Year 3, me and Winston ran into someone who called themselves Pepsi. Literally Pepsi. And now I run into someone who's literally named a color. Like, this is something you can do. Anyway, you're always welcome here, of course, but I'm sure you knew that. Thanks. I'm glad to see that everyone here is the same as all.